we are good to go. Let's go ahead and make sure we're up and running. Let's check on this. Alright, yeah, we are not muted. Picture looks crystal clear. Just making sure all our stuff is good, and we'll be up and running. Okay, we're good now to get it started. Finish. That'll be alright. I don't even remember the differences between the three, so I guess we'll just play on classic mode. Oh, there it tells us. Cunning, resourceful, prepared to the perils that await. You know, yeah, no, we'll just go standard classic. Oh, hello there, Vi. Thanks for joining in. Truthfully, I didn't think anybody would actually join in, so it's definitely nice. Play as... Oh. Oh, hi Squish. Let's see what I want. Yeah, I don't think I will play Undead this time. Don't need to give myself the extra difficulty. Let me go ahead and go ahead and choose. Yeah, I'll be a Lizard Ranger. That'll be fun.
Glory is mine.
You're not trying to escape, are you?
You're not trying to escape, are you? Greet the Reaper. Nice try.
I thought about Ranger, but I did Ranger on my main solo one that I haven't touched in a while, so I think maybe either Enchanter or, I mean, they get Fire Breath, so Wizard with Fire wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, yeah, we'll go Wizard. Lore Master, that was identifying. You know, we'll keep that on. You know, keep Ignition, Fossil Strike. Yeah, we'll throw Fortify on there. Yeah, I've kind of played as them, at least with the bots. Haven't really done much playing them myself, so it'll definitely be a fun change of pace. Ooh. I'm actually going to take that off for this time being. We're going to throw Pet Pal on there and give us a little bit of a fun thing. Yeah, I think I did rogue on my first, but I also chose to play as an undead, I believe. Not knowing, even though it gives you that warning, the difficulty that came with it. You know what? I think that'll just about do it for us. We'll go ahead and get into the meat and the potatoes.
It all happened like I knew it would. A single drop of source magic. And, like flies to honey, the monsters swarmed. The rebel panicked. The carnage began. And the magisters pointed their fingers at me. Just as I'd planned. I was shackled and collared, and sent to Fort Joy. I'd come here to kill Godwoken. But instead I became part of their story.
I always thought that intro was longer, but I love the art style for it. It's just such... it's so pretty.
So, still a bit groggy, are we? Don't worry. The sedative will wear off soon enough.
Okay. Click back on.
Easy now. No need to hurry. Get your bearings and report to me upstairs.
So it wasn't a dream after all.
Jesus, that is a tall lady. Okay, let's see. Oh, here we are.
Not a very chatty fellow, are you?
You know what? I think I have to be undead to talk to them, if I remember. Go ahead and equip our bucket so we have a little bit of armor on us, and see what we can find. Some gold, that's always nice. Gold.
An animal sty. Freight or food?
Shaking her fluffy coat, the sheep eyes you balefully, her rectangular eyes like letterboxes to the void. With one sharp hoof, she kicks you right in the shin.
Yeah, that's just rude. I didn't do
Fresh
anything.
meat. Nice. Plump. Banded like a chicken's leg, too.
Let's see. Poke it. Sniff it. Leave. You know what? We're gonna
The depth
We're
of
gonna ask it.
unamused ennui staring back at you from those ovine eyes is startling.
I didn't understand too what those words meant.
Are you referring to the ballerina? Oh, so funny, so funny.
I hope that's not sarcasm.
With 2 shakes of her stumpy tail, the sheep turns away from you to peruse her hay-filled manger.
I think she found it funny. Maybe. I mean, it did say unamused, so it's very possible it's not the case. There we are. I'm gonna take all this food. Let's read this letter. Orders from the guard steward. Important. It's come to my attention again that severally you are bypassing the cargo hold security measures by sliding boxes onto the pressure plates. This will not do. The purpose of these measures is to require the presence of at least 3 magisters at a change of shift. Any deviation will result in at least 1 magister getting thrown overboard. Make sure it isn't you. Magister Swan. You know, people don't realize, honestly, a lot of security get a lot of notices like that. They're always very vague, but most of the people that work there regular enough, they know who it is. I can't tell you how many times I've come to work and had notices about people doing things they're not supposed to. Honestly, it's sometimes amusing. Should be able to move this and it work just the same. Yes. Let me do a hard save real fast. While I'm doing this, I'll put this controller on the charger since it is. There we are. Okay, so we have our hard save. Debrief for that. So we'll take
The Magister
our,
Guard snorts
chance.
and sniffles as he sleeps. You're almost impressed that one man can make such a phlegmy racket.
We'll go ahead and boot his nose.
Is my shift over? Are you here to relieve me?
Sure.
Wait, you're no Magister. You're a sorcerer. What are you doing here, filthy lizard? Choose your words carefully. My fists ache to meet a new face.
Oh god, what was my main thing? Shoot, I may have to do... Oh, there we go.
Damn. If it's not one thing, it's another. And no way I can trust those fools to deal with any nonsense on their own. Can't leave the prisoner alone, though. He's been nothing but trouble, I hear.
I just checked, so we'll do the intelligence check. Hopefully we make it. There we go.
That's all I needed to hear. Just don't let that caged rascal fool you. You can't trust him as far as you can throw him.
Duly noted. Okay, I just want the bucket and the bowl. Can't see nothing that way.
Hey, get me out of this cage and I'll make it worth your while. You in? Set me free and I'll set you free. A fair trade, I should think. Your guess is as good as mine. Someone screamed loud as a banshee. After that, pure pandemonium. They never even told me what I was accused of. Just dragged me down here. A gentlewoman among jesters, you are. Give that lever a pull, and I guarantee we'll both get something out of the deal.
Guess we'll take our chance.
The prisoner's buoyant voice darkens as his eyes rest on yours.
Ah, freedom. Tastes better than wine. I'm nothing if not a man of my word. And I did give my word I'd set you free, lass. Say your prayers while you've breath to speak them. The halls await.
Honestly, I don't know what I was expecting. I would do that. You're not all that bright. Let's move back here for a brief moment, then we'll... Oh, that still hit me. Okay. Sir, you're nearly... You're gonna die before you get over here.
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
Oh my, I am so fucking dumb. Oh my god. Oh. Okay. Yeah. That's on me. You know, I deserve that.
You there? Come
The Magister Guard snorts and...
Wait, you're no Magister. You're a... Damn. If it's not one thing, it's another. And no way I can trust those fools to deal with any nonsense on their own. Can't leave the prisoner alone. That's all I need.
Okay, yeah.
The prisoner's eye.
And I can...
Oh, he didn't make himself burn this time. That's on me. But I got something for him anyway. Just out of reach. That's okay, he's still got a longer... Oh, no, he's got more health than he did last time. Let's go ahead and hit him. And we'll take the chance on finish. Yeah, there we go.
What would he have to gain by killing me? Strange forces are at work.
Oh, we're not on fire this time, so we can't set off that that top part. And all the oil's burned out, so, you know, that's also nice. Take the bowl. Yeah, hold on, we'll go ahead and gain our health back. Take a secondary bucket helmet. That'll be nice to have. Okay, yeah. Go and pick this lock. Honestly, I'm dreading this first chapter a little bit, just because it's one of the few parts that I've done the most in this game.
Empty.
Anything? No. Potions are always nice. There, believe there's a water barrel. Oh, it's okay, so it's broken. Don't think I can burn this away. I walked right into that. I am not the brightest. That does not put that out. Just let it happen. Re-nap up. Okay. And apparently there's poison left of it. That is... shouldn't be any poison.
Not the most elegant solution,
Okay,
was it?
you know what? I'm just not gonna go back that way.
And I'm back where I started. Nowhere to go but up.
Yeah, I mean I guess that's technically the prologue, or introduction to the prologue. I'm not even gonna. I can get stuff up here. It's taken me long enough to get through the tutorial deck. Oh, guess everybody
No indications of a
left.
struggle.
Oh well. Still play for myself. Let's see. We too have long presumed Source as a virtuous part of civil society. Yet we need look no further into the past of the Source King's reign to understand havoc such as magics may wreak. Oh, such magics may wreak. Okay. One day another order must follow in the Source Hunter's footsteps. Sorcerers must be muted. The new model of Source Collars provided by Vredeman, whatever his name is proving most effective. You know, we're gonna take their laboratory stuff. Take somebody's skull. Bucket helmet. Some more laboratory stuff. I have no idea how to use that. Take a lid. Cooking pot, water, and pestle.
I'll need to write to headquarters right away.
Don't think this... Yeah, no, if I'm not sleeping, that's not going to do anything.
Why, you're looking a bit more chipper. Yes. Looks like that collar fits you snugly enough. Nice bit of work, even if I do say so myself.
I enjoy, jewelry as next as the, as much as the next lady, but, maybe something not so constricting.
There you are. Not too tight, I hope. The collar, I mean. Oh, not to worry. Every dog has to get used to its leash.
I was gonna say, at least you're, making sure it's not too tight, but then you ruined it right there. I'm no longer interested.
In the meantime, your next stop will be Magister William. All passengers have to be registered in the ship's manifest, and he's the chap in charge of the logs. You'll find him on the other side of this deck, in the officers' quarters.
It seems as though there's a...
yeah, we'll tell her there's an accident.
Is he? Oh well. Some problems simply sort themselves, don't they?
Yeah, he didn't give me anything for it, so, kind of a waste of my time.
No. You're alive, and you're having a conversation. You are on a ship, of course, but luckily for us both, we're merely sailing the plain old sea.
Index fingers pressed to her lips, she pauses a moment to give you a scrutinizing gander.
My word, you do seem a bit befuddled, don't you? Perhaps I was a bit too generous with that sedative.
That may very well be the case. People don't normally, react to sedatives too well.
Oh, well, I'm
Wake
sure
up
you'll
so
soon
quickly.
gather your wits. Most likely. Eventually. In the meantime, all you need to know is that we're en route to Fort Joy. A new life awaits, and if you're a particularly good girl, perhaps a cure as well. An end to Source. For good.
Okay, you ain't gotta say it that way, but thank you.
Why, for my peace of mind, of course. Why don't you try casting one of those Source spells of yours? See what happens.
No known associates.
Currents of magic surge inside you, boiling, bursting, then breaking, only to fade back into your soul like rain into the earth.
My, look at the concentration on your face. All will, but no result.
Okay, look, I get nervous when you watch and other people watch. It happens to a lot of sorcerers.
There you have it. See? The collar's function. It neuters you of sorts. Makes you unable to cast Source.
See? Totally normal.
For your own peace of mind, of course. Yours and the whole world's.
If I get to live a peaceful life, I'll take it.
Good gods! There's been a murder here.
We just killed someone below deck, and that's what we have a problem with?
A young magister stands pale and silent. Her knuckles whiten around her weapon as you pass. Behind the magister, a bloodied mass lies in a heap. Gore and limbs lie at odd angles. You can't make out a face amid the mess.
There's been a murder. A sorcerer was killed by one of your own. Lucky you were busy getting your collar fitted at the time, or you'd be a suspect like the rest of them. Waters is investigating. She'll figure out who did it. Always does. Aren't you enterprising? I'll let Waters tell you no herself. Go ahead. She with the body.
Ugly sight, isn't it? Burns me up this happened under our protection. We're extremely lucky no Voidwalker followed the source that did this.
I feel like that's very incriminating, but you know what? Better than just being like, oh yeah, you weren't protecting him, you just...
She looks up at you with a mirthless smile.
I was on duty in your room when the murder happened. You were asleep the whole time. Didn't even stir.
I'm a very heavy sleeper, so that makes sense.
You're one of the only indisputably innocent people on the ship. Unless you can commit murder in your sleep, of course.
Okay, yeah, I like this one.
Figured as much. Listen, I could use someone to keep their ears open among the passengers. Sometimes they clam up in front of a uniform. Bring me a good lead, and I'll throw in a shiny gold coin for you. How about that?
Let's see if I can get more than a gold coin.
Not in here, it isn't. You let me know if you hear anything. Whoever did this is dangerous.
Okay, you know, that's totally makes sense. A woman from Driftwood with nary a care offered me kisses that answered my prayer. I accepted her gift, then to my dismay, a spider she was, and I ate her buffet. Once feasting was over, she licked her red lips. I rose from the floor, still coming to grips. She thanked me for coming and bade her farewell. My prayer indeed answered, though I did swell.
Everything's spick and span.
Oh, I know who she's.
Nothing left to do, really.
I know who she's talking about. Honestly, that's gonna be great when we get to that part. I'll just track some more blood around. Don't mind me.
No lesions, no trauma. He was bled by magic.
Oh, so it has to be a magic user. Okay, yeah, here we go. This is one of the few items we definitely needed. by picking up a bedroll is a free heal. Complete heal's great for after combat. I always try to make sure I have one so I don't have to use up my potions.
I'm not suited for this. It's sea cow, not sea sheep. Haven't got any shears, have you? People these days.
Maybe I can find some. Some more gold, that's always nice.
Do you know Losa? She's a really good singer. I'm better though. Listen. La 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 la.
They don't care about
My
us.
mum is afraid of lizards. I'm not. I think you're neat. I'd be happy if I had a tail.
Kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
Wow. You're a dragon. You look like a dragon. But where are your wings?
What are you trying to hear anyway?
I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen.
Okay, yeah, they're probably talking about the murder that happened.
Oh, there you are. Wife.
Okay, you know, I'm okay with this. Oh, they're still talking over there.
Bloody dwarves, I'll come back to you, but you better be ready to talk here.
We'll get to them eventually.
Would you please tell this very charming gaggle of not-at-all brat-like babes that I am by no accounts this Losa woman, nor do I sing, in fact. I'm deathly allergical.
You know what? I like Losa. So, you know, we'll play
How
along.
very correct you are, spouse of mine. Madame Josephine Gribbles de Peeb refuses to be confused with anyone else.
This sounds like a name I'd make for my Dungeons and Dragons campaigns.
What? What's so funny?
Her pinched face cracks into a great grin, and she shoos the children away from her with a laugh.
Yeah, okay, you found me out. Go on and get, and maybe I'll sing you something when I'm good and ready.
She turns to you, dark-eyed and dirty-haired, and smiles flatly.
Gotta keep ourselves entertained, haven't we?
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
You presume right. Nope,
Ask about
trying
the
not to
murder.
find anything out either. Ignorance is bliss. The utterer, the better. Thanks, but I already belong to an elite and exclusive ship gang. We play ball every day after lunch. You're too soft for it.
Yes, I'm not great at sports.
You take care, though.
Suddenly, her eyes cloud to an unnatural black. Greyish veins run down her face, and her mouth tightens into a cruel sneer. As quickly as they came, the clouds clear. She smiles as though no change came over her.
Good luck, Chief.
You are Jill, aren't you?
It's a little bit of
I ain't saying nothing.
possessness.
Bloody dwarves, I'll come back to you, and you better be ready to talk here.
How are you doing,
How dare you classify
elf?
this slop as food?
The elf is reading a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia. He looks up, his big round eyes scanning your body, absorbing every detail. He reaches out, flicks a finger against one of your scales, and rubs his chin.
You could at least ask, you know. A little, little unconsensual touching, and not too fond of. My scales are very delicate.
Fascinating.
He sits back and returns to his book, flicking quickly from page to page, completely oblivious to your presence.
You know what? I'll return the favor.
What purpose did that serve? Was that a greeting? Was it... Oh, Oh dear, I seem to have crossed some cultural taboo. How difficult.
Oh, that reminds me of myself sometimes.
You have my apologies, Lizard. Perhaps I should demand the same from those red-cloaked humans. They laid their hands on me more than once. Ah, yes. The niceties. My name is Fane. I am a scholar from... well, I am a seeker of knowledge. That is enough. It is pleasurable to meet you.
Let's see. Yeah,
Is
there's
there?
a lot of knowledge in the
Wherever
world.
do you keep it? Certainly not in your books. I have been reading this one for several minutes, and I have yet to find a single insight into the mysteries of the universe.
Yeah, usually that comes when you're driving home in the morning or after a very long work shift. So you may have to wait to try to understand those mysteries of the universe.
It is simultaneously too detailed and insufficient. I know the beginning of this tale and the end, but I am rather missing the middle. Tell me, what do you know of our world's history?
Ooh. Yeah, we'll tell them lizard history.
Oh, please. I have no interest in that.
Oh,
Your books are too full of it already.
That's very rude of you, sir.
No. I want to know about the Celestial. I want to know about your gods.
I did say that.
This text tells me that they created all creatures, but nothing of what came before.
Yes, the chicken or the egg. Very inquisitive.
Where did these gods come from? Who are their people? Where are the others of their kind?
We'll get mystical.
Of course you don't have any
Okay,
useful
see,
information.
sir, you know...
Why did I expect anything else? Now, please, run along. I have a world to decipher.
You know what? Okay, forget you. I don't like you.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle.
Let's talk to the dog.
You! Sorcerer! Blood? No! Go! Oof.
I just want to talk to the dog.
One by one.
Name?
We just skipped to the part where I reassure you and you should...
Well, you aren't here on my list. Scram, eh? We're trying to catch a killer here.
Mad? Insufferable? Surely.
That's what I get for trying to be nice to people.
I'll
just gonna
tell
take
you
all
if
their
you can keep
buckets
it quiet long enough for me to listen.
and all their bedrolls.
That right? I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Nest. Your kind always hung closest to our divine, like wolves around a campfire.
Well, your magisters are out for blood. You saw the body, didn't you? Big bruiser like you ought to be able to take them on.
A broad dwarf sits totally upright on the bench, eyes closed, palms face up on his knees. His beard is a cascade of meticulous plaits, each one braided through with golden medallions.
Yes, beast, one of the best.
He raises an eyebrow as you approach, but doesn't open his eyes.
Listen up, Ghetto. You hear that?
He turns his head toward you, looking you up and down, and smiles before turning his attention to the ship once more.
You look like a ghetto to me.
On one hand, thank you very much.
Listen if you're interested, or get gone if you aren't. The ship, of course.
A wave of sound washes over you. The unintelligible chatter of your shipmates, the groaning of wood from floor to ceiling, the boom, crash and crackle of waves around you, complaints from the sea itself.
And?
The fellow cocks his ear, listening.
That isn't anger, it's...
He cocks his ear to the other side, then smiles.
Anticipation. She senses something. I'd hold on to my breeches if I were you, mate. That's all you hear, though. Listen close. There now, just like that.
Squeak!
Aha!
His eyes snap open as his countenance breaks into an expression of joy. One great paw claps you on the back. The other catches you before you lose your footing.
There, you heard it, didn't you? I knew it. I knew it. Aye, this is good news, kiddo. Good news. It's the wheel. The wheel. Don't you see, you beautiful idiot? Squeaks whenever the helmsman jerks it clockwise, which means we're heading east.
Huh. That's kind of neat.
Burn my beard. That means if we've been travelling for, yes, only 10.34 nautical miles to Fort Joy.
You know what? Yeah, give a magnificent beard.
Ah, so you've eyes as well as ears, eh? You'll go far, mate. Even here.
There's nothing else I can make, Your Majesty. Turnips and water.
Yeah, no indeed, kiddo. But that ain't my final destination.
The dwarf leans back from the table and strokes his beard, gold medallions jingling merrily. His eyes roll over to you.
That'll be all, thank ye kindly, kiddo.
He continues stroking his beard, a beatific smile on his lips, and doesn't acknowledge you anymore.
Very well.
I thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rotten, Ben Mezd. I'm busy watching for clues, sorcerer.
Okay, fuck you.
A scruffy man lounges against the wall with scarred arms folded. A sly smile playing on his face, he stares across at the Magister guarding him. Noticing you, he straightens and beckons for you to come closer.
Watch your back, new fish. There's a murderer on board, and I'd bet 3 months' pay it's this tramp Ifan.
Rolling his eyes at the Magister's warning, the man named Ifan beckons again. He leans in and adjusts your collar with a sharp tug, balancing its weight so it no longer presses unpleasantly on your neck. He winks.
Pinches less that way, right?
Thank you. Not interested.
Hocking a phlegmy gobbet in your general direction, the sullen Magister settles back to his task of glowering at Ifan. And now, you.
We used to know each other, more's the pity. I was his commander many, many, many moons ago. Isn't that right, Vic?
Standing far back from Ifan, the tight-faced Magister draws one finger across his throat in an elaborate fashion, but says nothing. Ifan grins, flashing pointed white teeth.
Same as he was at 14 years old. Only difference is somebody gave him a bigger sword, and now he's Johnny Big Pants. Long story. Maybe I'll tell you about it in the Joy. Away from interested parties. No. The dead man, Finn, is it? I'd no business with him. And I wouldn't put a man down without good reason.
He glances over at Magister Victor, who's staring back at him with pointed intensity.
Damn shame sheer annoyance isn't reason enough. The Joy, I've heard a lot. Nothing good. No surprise there, since Bishop Alexander runs the show. Wonder if we'll get to meet the ringmaster himself. Not eager to bow before the great Bishop Alexander, son of the Divine himself. My sentiments exactly. But Vic here will blow a blood vessel if he hears you talking like that.
What are you conspiring about over there? You, Lizard, what's your name?
Oh, don't mind him. Vic's just got a bee in his bonnet. And that bee is me.
Name?
Magister Victor looks at you suspiciously, then scrawls something illegible down in a tiny notebook. He scowls at you as he stows the notebook back in his voluminous robes.
Away with you, at once.
Ifan performs an elaborate pantomime of keeping quiet, one finger in front of his lips as he leans back against the wall.
Insufferable, surely.
You know,
what are you trying to hear
they
anyway?
look kind of comfy. Maybe not the
I'll
caps,
tell you if you can
but
keep
the rest of
it
the
quiet
outfit
long
looks
enough for me to listen.
kind of comfy.
How dare you classify this slop as food? I've seen more appetizing things coming out of plague.
An elf sits tucked away in a dark spot, lazily rolling dice onto the surface of a barrel. They sound like the dry cackling of an old witch.
Ooh.
Snake eyes.
My favorite.
She chuckles.
I bet that's just what they'll look like. Rolling dice. Deciding fates.
She eyes you quite seriously.
I probably shouldn't have said that.
Not the future, no. But I can read the past in flesh. One of the perks of being an elf, you see.
Oh, right, because they have
I'm
Corpse
quite
Eater.
too.
I should have taken that. Oh, I should have played it as an elf as well. That would have been nice to have.
I could lick your arm and tell you how you spent the night before last. Shall I?
Okay.
She gives your arm a vigorous stroke of the tongue, efficient like a cat grooming.
You were in a cellar with other sorcerers. As everyone lay sleeping, you lay awake thinking of someone back home. A very special someone.
Curious.
You were reminiscing about the things you used to do together.
She pats you on the shoulder consolingly.
There, don't you worry, darling. Your secret's safe with me.
Don't call me that.
I don't lick and tell. Don't worry, honey. It isn't yours.
She looks you up and down with the merest hint of a coy smile on her lips.
Never say never, though.
Oh,
The woman keeps rolling her dice.
I can't get any more interactions like that, damn. That's almost everybody. A couple more, and I should be able to find out.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the side of this ship with him.
Ask what you must. I've nothing to hide.
Seems to me you should be a little more afraid. There's a killer about, after all.
Till overboiling a bit of cabbage becomes a crime, I shall hold my head steady.
Never thought you'd end up a prison guard, Vic.
Forgive me, kin. Were that I had more than gruel to serve. If I'd more than cornmeal and rotting roots, I'd concoct something more fitting. Meanwhile, the Magisters feast on honeyed meat behind this very wall. The indignity.
As soon as the Inquisitor gets here, we'll hand you right over the
Well,
side
well.
of this ship with him.
What have we here? A fresh face in this stale hell. Let's size you up, shall we? See if you'll do.
The lizard looks you up and down, like a farmer would a fetching horse. All of a sudden, he grips you firmly by the chin, with the intent of inspecting your teeth.
Well, you know, we'll humor him, lizard to lizard.
There's some discoloration, but I've seen worse. After all, one can't expect to find prime merchandise on a squalid little ship like this.
Merchandise? You know what? I'm just gonna let that one slide.
Now then, to business. You will answer me 3 questions. The first one is this. Can you cook?
I'm quite a very good cook.
Oh, music to my beleaguered stomach. On to the second question. Can you knit, weave? In short, tailor?
He doesn't know that I'm gonna lie and say I can.
Oh, but to feel the caress of satin on my scarlet skin once more. A most satisfactory answer indeed.
I can barely sew, so I'll find that one out the hard way.
On then to my final query. Have you the ability to administer the upkeep of one's personal appearance? The delicate art of cosmetics is what I'm after.
Lately, I barely remember to brush my hair in the morning, so, you know, I'm still gonna lie, because I want to find out more information about the murder.
The very basics, then. I suppose that's a start. So, 3 questions asked, 3 questions answered. Let's evaluate, shall we? As per your own testimony, you can cook, tailor, and groom. Well, that just about settles it. I offer you my sincerest congratulations. As of now,
what?
You are my slave.
No.
You should probably come to terms with the fact that you've half a mind, full stop. Rein in your impertinence, will you? I'm a fair man, but I won't spare the rod. Anyway, you may leave me for a moment.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
That right. I always knew you'd turn out rocks and bend best. Your kind always hung closest to our divide, like wolves around a campfire.
You've got this wolf on a leash now.
Here's the register, ma'am. Good, good. Magister Williams has just about done with the last passenger. You faring okay so far?
He tugs the collar of his uniform and chuckles.
Sorry you're upset, ma'am, but we all wear what we wear for a reason. You head on in now. Williams will get you sorted fast.
Okay, yeah, no, I'm not gonna go there just yet.
I'm trying to concentrate.
I think I've talked to everybody. I've talked to these two
Nothing
after
to
the
see
murder.
here.
Don't think they'll have anything more.
The pale young woman doesn't...
Yeah.
You've been collared and you've been told...
Okay, yeah, so I guess,
So, anything interesting for me? I'll take that as a no.
I wonder, can you even find... I don't even know if you can...
Dallas is such a dear lending it to me.
So, anything interesting? Right. Ticked.
Okay, so it doesn't even look like, I can find anything out? See, that was the blood I was tracking.
One of us will kill our own. They're picking us off one by one.
Can we just skip to the part where I reassure you and you shut up?
You think me mad?
Mad? No. Insufferable? Surely. I'll tell you if you can keep it quiet long enough for me to listen. If you'll be pardoning me, I'll be much...
Ask what you must. I've not...
Like I said, you are... Go! Move!
I think that's... I've talked to everybody.
I did.
Do you mind? I'm
It was one of them. I know it.
Would you put a knuckle in it? I'm trying to concentrate.
They don't care about us. We're like cattle to them.
I'll give you that knuckle if you keep carrying on.
What's your job?
One of us will kill our own.
You know, yeah, we've talked to everybody. I mean, I probably missed something, but,
Can we just skip to
guess
the part where
we'll
I
move on
reassure
forward.
You shut up?
Keep those bubbles trained on her. And if she tries to run, shoot to kill.
I'm sick on edge of us all. What on earth is the matter?
Murder. Standing at the center of the room, you spot a sorcerer haughtily eyeing a pair of nervous-looking magisters. They keep their crossbow trained upon her as she's being interrogated by an officer.
So you admit it then? You murdered that poor fella?
Yes, I did. But of course, that was only the
Oh,
beginning.
you know what? So I couldn't even solve it anyway, just because she did it.
She turns her head and looks you straight in the eye.
There are others whose lives must end.
Good God, the woman's mad. You there, sorcerer. Go and fetch Magister Siwan. We need to do more than collar this maniac. We need to shackle her, hands and feet.
By all means, do as the officer says. But you had better hurry, because...
She reaches for her collar and simply removes it.
I'm just about to create a scene.
Subdue her, men, quickly! If she casts source, the Voidwoken will come. They'll end us all.
She smiles with wicked satisfaction.
Precisely.
Oh, okay, It's been so long, I've forgotten some of this stuff.
What's happened?
But now we can come back here, we can get, some of this. There's not even, okay, I guess something's on fire.
The young woman lies in a heap on the floor. She's breathing normally, but her eyes are wide open, like those of a corpse. Dark, greyish-black clouds swirl through them. She doesn't stir.
Okay, so she's out like a light. Well, I mean, I guess I can't really tell her what happened. Take that. Take his flesh. And we will... Actually, we will put that shirt on. Give us a little bit more armor, since one, we're being... sort of victim to minus initiative, meaning it'll take us, or we won't be as quickly to get our turn. There's several bodies that don't have any pile here. But, you know, oh well. It is what it is. Sorcerer hold pumpkin seed flour, sunflower flour, turnips, cabbages, and human ale. Not taking a flower pot, but we take all of this. It's good for the money. Goods for that. I think I can actually just get through the other way with the key. I picked up. Maybe I can do one of these. That did nothing. Didn't mean to hit that. I don't think anybody else has come back. No. Okay, yeah, so it's just, still just me so far. Let me, change up equipment. I think all we have is a new weapon, which we will take our... The staff has the higher damage, but we have low armor, so it's probably best we take that for the time being. Okay, that's doing no damage to it. And I have a 0 lockpick, so I can't... Could have sworn I picked up a key. Stern room, cargo door key. Oh, I lit stuff on fire in there. Probably not great. Maybe I can cheat it. No, I cannot. I don't know if it's worth we're gonna steal that. Okay, hold on. Pick up that. We're gonna read the note. Good spirits, especially the children. The others are sullen. Don't blame them, change is rough. We'll make new friends sooner or later. When we cure them for good, they'll be thinking it's not cursing. Well, most of them. That elf with the dice, the lone wolf, the creaky-voiced woman in the kitchen. Some folks won't get over it. Reckon they won't be first to get cured if they're ever cured at all. Well, yeah, no, don't imagine being collared, enslaved, put on a ship and taken to some island. I don't think anyone would be happy about that. Being plucked from where you live, your friends, your family, and all you know to go to a foreign place where everyone hates you, barely fed, taken care of. Yeah, no, definitely not going to be happy about that. As if anyone would actually be happy about that. Alright, well, guess that's enough time spent down here. I'm not even going to bother with those doors.
dog paws desperately at its snout. It winces as it draws blood from its wet black nose and continues scratching. The dog notices you for the first time and snarls, the hairs on its back prickling as it lowers itself into a lunge.
You sorcerer!
It sneezes suddenly and paws at its nose once more.
Can't smell. Can't breathe. Too much sauce. Too much. Too much.
Oh, poor baby.
Please, make it stop. Too much. Too much. Can't smell. Can't breathe.
The dog
Poor
whines
thing.
and continues pawing at its nose.
Oh, sweet child.
Not long before this thing snaps into splinters. Damn! That doesn't bode well. Onwards and upwards.
Okay, this one I know we can break down. Maybe if I open, go in this way. How much weight is this? Forge, we have a paint. You know what? Pick it up, we could probably sell it.
Gods damn it! Need to get off this wreck and quick.
Turn that up. Break through this door. That's gonna take a minute. I'll get there eventually. Yeah, okay, yeah, so I do 0 damage with poison. I'm almost there. There we go. Finally through. Okay, so now that we're through that, put all that away. Go ahead and read this journal. Smeared ink makes the journal difficult to read, but she managed to make out the last entry. But she didn't. There's nothing to read. You know what? I mean, we'll take it. actually we are going to quick save here, since those two are right over there. Okay, yeah, so that's just about transporting us. My sweet Stefan, as I write this letter, we near the Isle. By the time the owl delivers it, I will be but a day away. I heeded Alexander's orders just as you said I should, but I think of Lucian often. Would the Divine have condoned this? Would he have blessed us as we rip children from their mothers? Can this be the only way? I feel cold inside and out. One thing I am certain, your arms will warm me when I find you again. With love, Rix. No, still kind of seemed like a shitty person.
Bishop Alexander. If Lucian were alive, what would he think of his son's divine order?
Thank the gods! By divine grace, what was...
He eyes the collar circling your neck and reaches a hand towards his blade.
Another sorcerer!
The Magister's companion doesn't blink, frozen in place at the sight of you.
Like you don't know? Mutiny! Did that witch fix your collar too?
He whispers loudly to the other Magister.
Don't just cower there, Rix! Take out your blade!
Rix grabs his sword, which shakes in the rhythm of his trembling hand.
Believe I'm intelligence, yeah. There we go. Yeah, I'd rather not have to fight.
Companion,
I don't need
who
to.
then looks to you. They drop their hands to their sides.
Go on then. Find a place to hide and stay there.
Thank you. Sorcerer Monarchs once performed great deeds across the lands, and in his first days, Brachus did so from the isle he called home. But in time, as is true of so many things, he became increasingly corrupted by Source. So great was his greed and his fear that crafted a soul forged within his twin, Cassandra. Once the ritual was complete, Brachus turned her into an undead lich so that she, and thus he, might live forever. What is, like... I get that, you know, absolute power corrupts absolutely, I believe is the terminology. But why is it always siblings? They always end up using one of their other siblings to further their livelihood. Makes no sense to me. Source hunters, valiant as they were, could not have foreseen Brachus' resurrection at the hands of the cult of the Immaculates. We owe our very lives to two more of the very order that first fought to bring Brachus Rex to justice. The Source King is dead, yet his monument still dot the land, a chilling but necessary reminder of his legacy of cruelty, greed, and arrogance. As seems to be the theme with kings and queens. Over many brutal decades, Brachus' tyranny spread. His hunger for source and political power drove him to develop heinous devices and magic heretofore unknown. He punished the living with death and the dead with undeath. Many attempted to stand up to him, wizards, philosophers, scholars, but it was the order of the Source Hunters that ultimately forced Brachus Rex to atone for his sin. I feel like this is one of those cases where it's like, rather than it actually be them, it was more likely, ooh, that would be so good to have. Oh, and those tattered shoes. No, I feel like just by reading those books, I feel like it's one of those like rewritten history kind of things. I feel like that's what it would be. That's what it usually always is. A little little bit more physical armor, which is always nice. Okay, yeah, so there's nothing in here. We'll just grab some gold. Okay, bow, log. What? Why are we just carrying a log around? Magister Priest, skull marked key, Murtaugh. Deathmog barrels have been locked down in the storage. Stay out, you and Riggs both. If anyone starts fooling around down the air, it'll be lights out. Captain Kelvin. Oh, and there's some pants that we can put on. It's slightly nicer than what we have. Oh.
You pass
there.
through the door and are suddenly face to face with an undead. His skull is bizarrely angular, and a glorious jewel sits in the middle of his forehead. The skeleton is quickly leafing through a volume of Cranley Hubert's famous encyclopedia, muttering to himself.
No, no, no! What damn fools record knowledge on a pulped tree? It catches fire, it turns into must when wet, it cannot even resist acid! No wonder they're so bloody ignorant.
Well, how else would you prefer we keep it? Some people are just so obnoxious.
The skeleton looks up and notices you for the first time.
Oh, it's you. Shouldn't you be running and screaming or some such?
The skeleton groans and looks back to his book, frantically flipping from page to page.
I know your god did not gift you with much, but kindly used the little you were given. Do you look at me and think, why yes, there is someone with organs enough to drown? Trifling matters like water and poison do not concern me.
Okay, you don't have to be a dick about it.
No, damp robes are the most I have to fear. Once this glorified skiff hits the seafloor, I will simply walk to shore. Whereas you, I believe, have lifeboats to pointlessly squabble over. I believe you did, although I was wearing the face of an elf at the time. I had a mask, rather ingeniously designed, which allowed me to take that primitive form. A mask that was stolen by that damned witch after her little scene. Still, she'll drown with the rest of these fools, and I will simply pluck my mask from her cold, dead hands.
Understandable.
Indeed. Just as sensible as getting off a sinking ship and leaving a fellow to his business. I would say good day, but it seems quite likely that you're about to die a rather terrible death, so...
The skeleton shrugs casually and returns to his book.
Yet, still just an ass to be an ass.
What in blazes? Something's pounding on the hull.
As I said, 12 gold, not 2. Oh no, I can't pick that up. That's a skull door.
The marking on the door was painted recently, judging from its pungent scent. You don't recognize the symbol, but it's clearly warning you away. You press your palm against the door to open it. The wood feels neither cold nor warm, but simply grey. The color drains from your hand, and you are left numb. It doesn't budge. The door groans open, but an ashen shadow clouds your mind.
Deathful. I need to get out of here now.
I know if I go in there I'll die, but I want to see if at least the Magister Knight has something I can... Okay, yeah, I can pick up the gold from her. And the good part of a one-handed sword. Yeah, I can't get to the Inquisitor, so on we go. Oh, and a fish. Okay, there we go. Oh, she did. You're dead. I'm not gonna wait for all this fire to go away. Ah, lumpy. Like, we just appreciate, like, that just looks so cool. Actually kind of reminds me of, you know, this is a little too loud. It's, let's lower that down. We'll take the master down to 70, like the rest. There we go, that's not super loud. I don't feel like I'm shouting at myself. Reminds me of my most recent D&D session that I'm a player as. We got to fight a sea serpent-like creature, and it had one-shot me. The second session and first fight that I had with my new Goblin Ranger character. Oh, they're dead. Laboratory key. But we're just gonna pick you up. No, I got one shot by the serpent. And thankfully I didn't die. Close though. I got really close to it. But you know, I didn't want to craft. There we go. Creak. Oh no, it was Squeak, wasn't it? was fun still. A really fun fight. My friend's an amazing DM, so he made it super enjoyable, especially for a party of 6 plus several creatures. It's really well done.
A lifeboat! That means there's still a chance.
Genuine good. Yeah, I know you guys are there. I'm gonna go save people downstairs. A lot of nothing on this end of the ship. You know, it's hard to come across genuinely good DMs that can, one, handle a party of 7. We're gonna steal this.
The Magister lies on the
If you can walk, get yourself up the ladder. There's a Wait! Void Woken!
Okay, let's, how we want to do this? Hit you with that. Hit you with that dragon breath. Think. Oh, but ignite would hit lows. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and end our turn there. Let them fight the remainders.
Let the games begin.
Oh, rogues are just so overpowered when they get that backslash combination. Oh, yeah, hit it with that adrenaline. Yep, there you go. That backstab critical.
I thought Void Woken was supposed to be scary.
They who are about to triumph.
I've faced worse.
Okay, see, you're gonna need to leave her alone. There we go. You hit it with that flesh sacrifice, get all them extra points. Good. Shield. But she stunned herself, poor dear.
I hear something. It's Magister Sewell, the one who put on this damn collar.
She tries to speak, but can only gape as she clutches her neck, trying to stem the bleeding of a gushing wound. With jagged movements, she raises her clenched fist and holds out blood quickly soaks through the cloth. Magister Siwan's mouth opens and closes, her eyes wide in terror. Blood pours out from around the bandage. Magister Siwan reaches out to you, her hand flailing. It's working. The pressure is stemming the flow of blood. Siwan clutches your arm, her eyes locked with yours. Something within the ship snaps. The floorboards shudder. Siwan struggles to her feet, clinging to you tightly. The ship lets out a deep groan, then cracks.
I tried.
Ripping the ship apart! This is it, she's going!
I have plans for you, child. Rise.
Ewan McGregor? General Kenobi?
Honorable Dallas, we lost a ship sailing sorcerer prisoners to Fort Joy. We assume some escaped and broke their collars. Their vile magic lured the Voidwoken. All who were aboard are presumed dead. Yours faithfully into eternity, High Judge Oriven.
God, I love the voice acting for this. It's just so nice. I feel like these video games or these types are a little niche in comparison to a lot of other RPGs. But they're so much fun. Anything that allows you the ability to basically play D&D as a video game, 9 out of 10 times it's going to be fun if done right. Like, I've been wanting to play the first Divinity, Original Sin, and then of course, Baldur's Gate. I mean, that's really the only ones I know that are close to it. They're fun to me. I don't play them a lot, but they're always enjoyable.
Those Voidwoken made short bloody work of the ship. Am I the lone survivor? It seems someone,
there's the prologue.
Something wanted me alive. It's broken.
I feel like the name kind of gives that away.
I thought the Order would get rid of any trace of the old Source King.
For being a king, his armor kind of sucks. Very, very ugly. Dig the shield, though.
The child has a small mirror in his hands. He holds it up at angles, inspecting his eyes, his chin, the crown of his head. He spots you, and his arms snap to his sides.
I'm not supposed to talk to lizards.
Yeah.
Really? Like, what kind of stories?
Seven-headed snake? Or elf princess? We'll tell him the Dragon King and the elf princess.
A dragon that marries an elf? That sounds silly.
Just a little bit.
Can I hear it anyway?
You want to tell the tale of the dragon, but despite your best efforts, you notice that your knowledge of legends and monsters is somehow upsetting the child.
He asked...
Are you a sorcerer? One of those guys that brings the bad void things here?
Yeah,
the child looks at you straight on, unafraid, searching your face. He lifts his mirror to his nose, closes one eye, and looks at himself again.
I don't see any source on you or me. I guess they're wrong. Or crazy. Maybe you're right. At least they don't mind where anyone goes. They know we can't leave the island, and it's a lot nicer out here than outside.
It is not
but
safe.
You didn't die. There isn't anywhere safer. That's what I mean.
Yeah, it is a prison island.
You'll see. I guess I am, but it's just normal to be scared. Nowhere isn't scary.
Honestly, very fair. Yeah, that's gotta be truly, horrifying to be on this island as a child, confused and afraid. Especially if you can see the source, apparently. Definitely can't be a fun matter. don't have any way to get up there. Be nice to, but I'll have to wait for the come back for that stuff. I saw you. Nothing in you. Okay, yeah, so I see... We got something.
Voidwoken! Those are the same beasts that sank our ship! Damn, they've made it to shore.
Right, game saved, so we can... Maybe I can... cheat it just a bit. Oh, nope, okay. Hit him with this. How far does my dragon's breath reach? Not far enough, so we're gonna have to do it this way. Okay, he's done. There we go.
I thought these bloody collars were supposed to keep those things at bay.
I'll be honest. Magister Jalen.
Drowned and eaten by a Voidwoken. I'm wondering which order.
I mean, it's morbid, but... You know, honestly, yeah. Curious thoughts. Definitely pretty music for here. Word of advice to the badly armed. Tie your knife or shiv, that's all you have, just stick or a branch. Now you've got a sword of sorts. Or a spear. Do we get anything? Did get that fire wand. Think I'll stick to the poison for now, though. You know what? I'll keep the wand on just because we have access to the shield, which gives us some armor. Which you'd be surprised that as a magic caster, that shield can be a huge help. Oh, it's you. All the pretty shells. Yeah, I was never a fan of collecting shells myself. I mean, I could always admire them and thought they were pretty, or if there's somebody that I thought would like them, oh, for sure, I'd pick them up. But me personally, I never cared for shells. I did have, I think it's called a puka shell necklace.
A black cat. Some would see this as an omen.
Ooh.
The cat's eyes
Kitty.
are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What? How did I get... Hey, stop following me.
Me? I know who I am. At least I think I do. Sometimes it feels like... No, I know who I am. Who are you?
You know, Someone that makes the world smile. You know what? Yeah, I like making people happy and wanting the world to smile. It's a beautiful place.
You'll be popular. Plenty of grim faces here. Plenty of... oh...
The cat shakes its head, as if trying to wake up from a deep sleep.
Shoot.
The cat opens his mouth as if to speak, but his eyes lose focus, and with a jerk he turns away from you.
Oh, that's just rude.
The cat's eyes are clouded and grey, but it stares at you with acute intensity.
What's going on?
Well, maybe it'll just follow me around. I hope I didn't miss out on the chance for it to follow me. I like having the cat, although I don't use it. I don't use it all that often when I did, but I'll take what I can get. I now have a cat. I shall name him Snowball.
What's this? I found something.
Oh yeah, I don't need a
Let's
shovel
hope
because
this
I'm
is
a
worth the
lizard.
digging.
Oh, thank God. We'll go ahead and equip that. It's much better to have that increased armor. Oh, great first starting weapon if you're a ranger or somebody that uses it. I know this is a passage through.
I wonder where this leads.
Because Fane's over here. Take the stuff off of him at the very least. Life essence, sharp piece of metal, stained shirt. We'll come back this way shortly. Don't want to go pressing too far into areas before we get settled in. Oh, my voice is cracking a lot tonight. Nothing over here. Another auto save. Won't quite deal with that. Ah yes, a yarrow flower. Good to have. In there. Cooking pot. Yeah, technically this is where you can get one of the shovels, but since I'm playing as a lizard, I don't need it. Sell the extra bedroll. What is this symbol over here? Oh, okay, there is a way up there. Or maybe, oh, maybe that's a way down. Okay, yeah. Yeah, it's just not a... Yeah, because I can't climb up that rock, so yeah. I just sworn there was something Right.
Here lies a nameless inmate. May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
Oh, I guess, yeah, it won't let me,
Here lies a nameless inmate. May he find the peace denied him in life in the Hall of Echoes.
Normally there's a, if you pick, I believe it's a luck point, you can find a grave, you can dig up the grave, and it'll allow you to fight a monster.
You spot a strange lizard gazing over the water with a steady, malcontent stare. His skin is of a bright, blood-red color. Could he be... Yes, you recognize him from the ship. It would seem you're not the only one who survived the tentacles of the deep. The lizard turns about with the graceful ease of a dancer, or a duelist. You lock eyes with his, two smouldering embers that sizzle your very soul.
Yes, I imagine you do. You're made of sterner stuff than I first gave you credit for. Chances are I wouldn't have survived the shipwreck had you not returned to the aid of your fellow passengers down in that dreadful hold. You have my gratitude.
Hand over heart, he salutes you with a bob of the head. More than a nod, though less than a bow.
Yes, I'm sure you've all the makings of a hero and all that, but let's not get carried away, shall we? Nevertheless, one good turn does deserve another, so as far as the whole slave business is concerned, let's just forget about it. You may as well have your freedom.
I don't... You know what? I'll forgive, but I don't forget.
Now then, if there's nothing further... If you really must know, I haven't quite decided yet. I've a frightful amount of things on my mind, hence my standing here contemplating the waves.
He sighs dramatically.
Tell me, what do you see when you cast your glance over this ocean?
Yeah, childhood days sounds about right.
Quite so.
He looks out over the water once more, and so do you. A few tranquil moments pass as the waves lap against your thoughts.
His color scheme makes him look like a bionicle.
As for myself, when I consider this vast expanse before us, I see an empire. I see continents dotted with mighty cities, and shimmering along the soft curve of the sea's horizon, I picture the palaces that formed my paradise. Lost. What do you mean, what do I mean? I mean just what I say. I had a very actual empire that I lost.
Suddenly, having all the air of being deeply offended, he stares at you with utter incredulity.
Well, don't just stand there gawking like an ape at an abacus. Or do you really mean to tell me you don't know who I am? The very same. I am the Red Prince, the All-Conqueror, the World-Tamer, the Spouse of the Sun.
And I'm a lizard with a bucket on her head, and yet we're still in the same place.
Of course you know me.
There's a brief moment's pause, during which his grandiloquent pose deflates ever so slightly.
That said, I suppose I must own up to the fact that I find myself rather in between all-conquering and world-taming opportunities at the moment.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit.
The grandeur that is my fate has hit a bit of a snag. But never you worry. For the throne I was destined, and my throne I shall have.
I don't think you're going to be having that throne. You know what? You can travel with me for now.
A kind offer indeed. And you've already proven to be trustworthy enough. You came back for the others on that ship, after all.
I'm not a fan of
Fine.
him. I don't like that arrogance. The whole princely...
On one condition. For reasons I'll not disclose right now, it is imperative that I should meet with a dreamer, one of our kind's revered mystics. I've reason to believe one of them may be present on this island. Promise me we'll look for him, and I'll extend you the blessing of my company. Jolly good.
How much,
So, now that that's settled, first things first. Even if you are as versed in the art of eloquence as I am, that our swords will be doing a lot of the talking from here on out goes without saying. As a born fighter, I prefer the perfection of the blade myself. But I'm well acquainted with the secrets of magic, and yes, even subterfuge. What say you?
You know what? I'm kind of a ranged mage, so having
Very
that
well.
physical would be real
Onwards
nice.
then to victory or death.
The Red Prince nods, then gives you a smile that wavers ever so delicately between courtesy and contempt.
Now, as you're aware, you'll be traveling with a prince. Proper forms of address include Your Majesty, Your Royal Highness, or if you're feeling particularly frivolous, Milord.
You mean Prince Bionicle?
As your luck would have it, I seem to be fresh out of luggage, so you won't be required to carry my belongings. Of course, there are other forms of protocol to bear in mind, but I'll see to it you'll pick up the rest as we go. So, without further ado, let us be off.
Nothing like a cat and 2 lizards. Well, one lizard wears a bucket on her head. I'm telling you, it's going to be all the rage. Everybody's going to be like, oh, I shall wear a bucket on my head for protection. Oh. Oh, there she, I was about to say, where did she go?
Hey, lady. It's a lot nicer here than that stinking boat, huh?
Yeah, just a little bit. You know, it's not a boat, because, you know, the water's scary.
I'm sure glad some of the others made it out alive, too. Saw one of them wringing out their tunic at the shore a few hours ago. Say hi for me. I never want to set foot on a stuffy old boat ever again. Never.
God, see, now I know why so many games don't include kids. Because, like, at least for me, I just hate seeing them in this, like, position. Like, it kind of eats me up a little bit on the inside to see them in a rough place. And, okay, I know where that is. We'll end up over there later. But on the plus side, more shells, which means more money. And finally, we've gotten past the beach because I took too long.
Stay back, sorcerer, and stay silent. Our Godwoken speaks.
We know you've been helping sorcerers escape, Atusa. We have proof.
I'd sooner cut my tongue out than lie to you, Alexander. I know nothing of any escapees.
If you can tell the Godwoken no more, your tongue is of no use. Cut it out.
This can't be serious, Alexander. Come.
You should know by now to obey your superior, Magister, whatever she may ask.
Stay silent, lizard!
Atusa pinches the tip of her tongue with 2 fingers and brings her dagger to its root. Her eyes squeeze shut. Drops of blood form against the dagger's edge and quickly fall to the ground. She groans.
Stop! My father, may his soul rest in peace, would be disappointed in you, Atusa. To think you would lie to his only son, your bishop, and your friend these many years. The fate of our realm hangs in the balance. If you will not help us save it, then you will help the Void destroy it. Dallas?
Yes, Your Holiness?
I believe we're done here.
Don't act like you're sad, homie.
What a waste. Come, we'll be needed elsewhere.
You alright? My dog's... okay, yeah, she's good. She was, she started coughing and hacking a little bit, but now she's alright. Anyway, we now have our first level up, which... We're gonna need strength later, just for our shields. But I think what we'll do is throw one point to our intelligence and 1 point into memory so we can have more spells. So we do a little bit more damage, have 1 more spell. And fire damage. That extra damage wouldn't be a bad thing. We'll go ahead and throw it on pyrokinetic. Would like to have Lucky Charm. But Persuasion's also very helpful. We'll go ahead and take Persuasion for now. I think that's all we have currently. Yeah. We're gonna wait on his level up just until I pick out my other 2 companions. Yeah, we'll take her leg. And I actually want to do a hard save here.
I've got my eye on you, Scaly. Don't try any of that sauce business on my watch, or I'll do to you what the hammer did to that traitor. Missed quite the scene. The bishop himself with his right hand laid down the law on a traitor among our own ranks. One of the last lizard magisters left. Burst into quite the bloody mess, she did.
We'll go ahead and get some information
Bishop's
while
the
we
son
can.
of the dead divine. Don't know when we'll get a new one, but Alexander's looking after us in the meantime, all the same. And the hammer's a solid sort. Don't take no guff and don't stand for no idling. Earned that name for a reason, she did.
During
the time of Lucian, of course. Who wouldn't join up with God himself? He was all glory, all goodness. When we lost him, well, it only made sense to see his will through. Lucian gave his life to protect Rivellon. If we let the Voidwoken get to it now, well, we'd have lost him for nothing.
I mean, I guess your beliefs are something.
Fort Joy ain't no summer camp. No one said it were, but it's the best we've got to protect the realm. Can't for certain, but I reckon when God himself gives his life to protect you, you don't waste the gift. You protect it with everything you've got. So that's what we do. When you give up the darkness that's inside you, take your fault it's there, mind, but it's there all the same.
Yeah, like, that makes a lot of sense. It's not your fault this is happening to you, but we're gonna punish you, for being in existence on it.
They're working on a cure for you even now. Got some good leads, so I hear. You can trust Dallas to take care of it. And once you're cured, your life will start again.
Did you see him? You did, right? Those claws. Wonder what's behind the masks, too. Can't be pretty. That, Magister, that was Bishop Alexander, leader of the Divine Order, and his right hand, Dallas. How do you not know this? Better get to it, then. A Magister will come and find you when they're ready for you. Could be a while, though. We're up to our hoods in sinners these days.
Sure.
She ain't coming back.
Did you see them, miss? Bishop Alexander and the Hammer herself? They were so close, almost within arm's reach.
Yeah, they killed one of my kind, even though she was one of them, but allegedly was helping other people leave.
A kin, is it? A traitor cannot be murdered. A traitor can only receive their due. Doubly so for a lizard traitor. It's a pity she couldn't die twice.
Yeah, no, murder. Murder is murder. No matter which banner mops up the blood.
Easy enough to say in times of peace, but look around. We're standing on the edge of the end. The Voidwoken are coming, Scale Shedder. And it's only the Divine Order that can protect us.
I don't like that you called me that, but I'm not about to try to kill you here with all these people around. One, because it also proves your point.
Come on, she's gone.
I find I need bread. I want no trouble.
Bread or brisket, goes the same.
You, help me teach this beast. He must respect. If not, he comes for you next.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I'd rather not be mugged.
Respect? Huh. Someone's got to keep this place running. Griff can't do it for free. Why'd you gotta make this so hard?
An intense-looking man steps between the thug and the elf and rolls up his sleeves, revealing well-muscled and heavily scarred arms. You recognize him. It's Ifan, who you met aboard the ship on the way here.
Just stand aside, won't you, mate? This is no business of yours.
Lone wolves decide their own business.
The thug freezes in fear for a moment before shuffling back to the protection of his crony.
A lot of bark, not a lot of bite.
Pay up, elf. No one shorts Griff, especially not one of you. Runs the kitchen. Means he runs me, you, and everyone else in camp. Everyone in camp's got to contribute. For food, for protection, no exceptions. Especially not for elves.
Okay.
Griff's orders.
What? That's one thing that's always bothered me, is elves either get an immense amount of hate, or like this like high-end snobbery that they put in. Like, it's always just so weird. Like, I know why they do it, but
Food? Protection? I have neither.
You two ought to be thanking your lucky gods it's us, and not the Magisters enforcing round here. A fool never knows what they've got till it's well and gone. Now come on, elf. If you make me say it again, there's gonna be trouble.
Not now.
that doesn't sound comforting.
And neither will I.
We got a system, and it looks like you don't want to fit in.
I was hoping we could mostly end this peacefully, but oh, see, I don't like this, where'd all my items go? Oh, hold on, I'm playing as the Red Prince, never mind, I wasn't paying attention. I don't have enough AC to get there. But I can do this.
I'll yield to none. I'm ready.
So he's gonna use water heads.
Oh god, not now.
Oh yeah, so that's gonna. Maybe that was gonna hurt some. Get rid of. Oh, I don't like because it may poison them after. I can have him move. Yeah, I'll have him move and go in for that attack.
Hello.
Hit it with a little bit of oil. Ooh, that had to hurt. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and get it. Hit her. And we'll just hit her again. I don't want to cast fire and kill anybody. Oh yeah, she's gone. And he's gone. There we go.
Follow me, before more of them trouble us.
I've an errand to run around here first. I'll catch up with you there later.
Remember, past the kitchens, down to the beach, inside the caves there. There is a safe place.
Okay, well, I want to go back to playing as me. Alright, one-handed mace, that'll be nice. Got some gloves we can put on. Gold never hurts anybody. Good chips and some more gold.
Hello? You gonna pray all day, buddy?
Okay, you know what? Here we go.
Hey, I know you.
Yeah.
Losa, the dark-eyed jokester you met aboard the ship, waves enthusiastically and dips into a mock elegant curtsy.
Pretty
Back
wizard
then
lady.
I was Madame Josephine Gribbles de Pube. And you were...
Your wife? Can still be if that's what you want. You know, just let me know.
You. Glad to see you made it.
I'm glad you're glad to see me.
Nothing like a nice tentacle slap across the moor to set the tone for the week, eh? How'd you escape?
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of blurry.
I saw you fall. We all did. Thought you were done for.
Glad y'all made it out, though, you know. Saw that love. But that's just me.
When we get out of this place, I owe you a pint.
You know, hand in marriage also works. Pretty please.
So you managed to swim to safety, is that it? What about when you were in the water? Didn't hear anything unusual, did you?
Yeah, I'm very forward. I like telling the truth.
I heard the same thing.
See, look, we're already getting along super well.
Do you know what this means? It means I'm not the only...
Losa's voice catches in her throat. The joy drains from her face. Her eyes lose focus, and her whole body goes rigid. She is stock still, waxy skinned, her eyes dark. Greyish black veins run from her eyes down her cheeks.
Yeah, you know,
her head
just try to be gentle with her.
And her eyes lock with yours, dark pupils dilated into great black voids. Light suddenly flashes back into her face. The grey veins drain to pinkish flesh, and her whole body relaxes.
Anyway, what were we talking about?
Us,
Ah, yeah. It was a shipwreck, all right. Not much more to say about it, I guess. Papa Joris used to tell me, Losa, he'd say, Losa, you ever find yourself in a sinking ship, follow the rats. They'll find you a way out.
I wonder if there's any truth to that kind of statement. I mean, I feel like maybe would...
Applies to a lot of situations, actually. Vermin tend to know what's what. Ah, it's nothing really. It's just... I'm just a bit... well, a bit... hospitable?
Do I have eyebrows?
What I mean is, look, you've never been a host, right? That's because you're like a clump of leaves on the side of the road. That ain't bad, though. I'd give just about anything to be like you.
I don't know why that kind of hurts my feelings a little bit.
But I'm a roadside inn. Red door, flowers out front, friendly lady at the door beckoning you in for half price. Like a goddamn gold star inn for the disembodied.
She gives you a searching look.
You seem pretty well adjusted. Ain't that just the truth?
Yeah, that is super true.
So, how are you enjoying the joy?
Yeah, totally. You know, it's definitely a 5-star. You know, it makes the Ritz look like the Motel 8.
So true. And you can stay as long as your heart desires, free of charge.
In today's rental prices, oh yeah, I mean, some liberties have to be sacrificed, but yeah, you know.
So, you want to check this place out together? Strength in numbers and all that.
Oh,
it does,
absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
Before we head out, I've got more than a few tricks up my sleeve, so you'll have to pick which one I'll pull out if, when, push comes to shove. Lately I've been into the enchanting arts, but I can shoot, slash, summon, steal, whatever your little black heart desires.
Ooh,
so,
enchanter.
What'll it be?
I'm a magician.
Don't know if you could tell, but mysticism
Okay, yeah, here we
is kind
go.
of my speciality. Let's get into the nitty-gritty while we're at it. What sort of magic are you interested in?
You know, I gotta go with the healer. I need to have some support.
So we're good to go?
Yeah, absolutely. Having that
Well,
healer is gonna
that was
be
easier than I thought.
absolutely important. Alright, so we have 2 out of 3, though. I don't know if I'm gonna want to keep the prince, if I'm being honest. I just don't like him as a character. Just the kind of snobbiness gets to me a little bit. I still don't have a better wand. And we're doing okay with armor mostly.
Bow your head, please! If we chant the endless prayer, the next divine will ascend. Even if you're... So do I. By the divine, so do I. If Bishop Alexander doesn't rise, I don't know who will protect us from this darkness. Some blame the Voidwoken for Alexander's failure to ascend. If all we sorcerers can be cured, then the bishop shall be free to rise. So chant the endless prayer.
Yeah, we're just, we're gonna go. I think we'll go pick up our... Okay, there he is. Might be best. Okay, so the dog got stuck. That's why it's chasing after its person.
So this is Fort Joy.
A delivery. Surely you'll have one.
What a crumbling disaster.
Scram, snake face.
Nice and slow.
Her name is Butter? Suppose not the worst it could be.
I've got that special shipment he was asking after. Everything now? Good.
Where is she? Okay, she just walked right on next to him.
Amid the squalor of Fort Joy, you suddenly spot an elf with diamond features, regal and radiant, but cold too, and sharper than any knife. She was the one who sat rolling dice in the ship that went under, deciding fates with every roll, or so she said. Her eyes are focused on a lizard some distance away, and you get the distinct feeling he's an unfortunate man indeed to be trapped in her tiger-like gaze.
Ask her what a girl has to do to earn that stare. Okay,
no
yeah.
sooner have these words left your mouth than she turns about and grabs you in a stranglehold. You feel the tip of a long needle being pushed a little ways into your neck.
You caught me off guard. No one catches me off guard. Better tell me who you really are, or this time I'll let my needle do the licking. No such thing as just another lizard. No such thing as a lizard that means no harm.
What is with all the lizard hate?
A push, a pivot, and now you suddenly face her. The needle still all too deeply embedded in the side of your throat. Despite the precariousness of your situation, you notice something that remained undetected in the gloom of the ship. A flaw in her diamond features. A curiously shaped scar on her left cheek.
It's dawning on you, isn't it? Why I hate reptiles like you.
Oh, okay, wow. I forgot about this.
Forgive me if I don't take your word for it.
She drives the needle in deeper and whispers.
In truth, it does not matter in the least who you really are. You saw me mark my prey. You could warn him, save him, or kill him before I get my chance. That makes you a liability. That makes you needle feed.
Yeah, I mean, I'd rather have you just join me.
You are a lizard, perhaps a slaver. Why should I freely chain my fate to one like you, like I was once forced to?
Strength, finesse, intelligence. Cheat a little bit. Intelligence seems to be my best bet. There we go.
I hate to say it, but you make sense, fork tongue.
I don't like these names you're calling me.
Oh, little needle mine, what should I do? Push or pull? The agony of choice. You know what? Today is a rather fine day. Sunshine and an easy breeze. Yes, I'll let you live. I'll even agree to travel with you, provided we talk to another lizard. The one I've had my eye on.
Yeah, absolutely, go ahead.
I'm not quite sure the weather will save him.
With a casual flick of the wrist, she withdraws the needle from your neck and smiles, as if she just invited you to sit down for tea.
Let's discuss our respective roles then, shall we? You, me, and Death will be playing many a round of hide and seek. So, what role would you like me to play? As a rogue, my speciality is stealth, the quick silence of the dagger striking unseen. That said, I'm perfectly lethal, wielding any weapon or magic. So, the choice is yours.
I wouldn't mind having her play the role of a ranger. But then again, we have a cleric and a wizard, so that's definitely two further magic-based ones. So we'd need something up close to deal with that. Outside of just the Red Prince, so 3 range would definitely not be a very nice balance. Of course, I don't know if I want to keep the Red Prince. May put him with another strength base, but I'll keep it as a rogue.
Lead on, or better yet, let me take the lead. Then follow me.
You're not quite certain you'll ever sleep soundly with Sabine in any sort of proximity, but at least she's on your side, for the moment. Just as you're about to address the lizard, the Red Prince bars you with an outstretched arm.
This man is a dreamer. As you know, I need a word with him. You may wait here while I speak. Permission indeed.
He bids the dreamer stand up and pay attention, which he does in a groveling and awkward manner. The dreamer then chews and swallows a handful of Drudenay leaves before slipping into a trance-like state. He falls asleep. To your surprise, the Red Prince lies down and follows suit. After about half an hour, they wake up and begin to discuss what they saw in their dreams. The Red Prince pinches the bridge of his nose in apparent irritation before turning his back on the jabbering dreamer. You receive a withering glance in response.
Doesn't look like he got what he wanted.
A deserved bit of sarcasm, I suppose. But though this sting-tailed fellow may be a less than stellar specimen in the firmament of dreamers, the dreams themselves prove to be quite elucidating. Turns out I'm being hunted by an enemy I didn't know actually existed. The myth-shrouded House of Shadows. The dreamers, though, they're on my side, and they've visions of me on the throne.
I I mean, every kind of royalty has somebody wanting to assassinate you, whether, you know, you do good or bad or any perceivement of it.
Of course it is. I was born with the promise of an empire, and that promise will be kept.
Yeah, I can't trust promises.
But to keep it, I must find a second dreamer. A greater one. A more experienced traveler of the dream world. Bahara is her name, and she resides in the swamplands east of the fort. So, let us make our escape and venture there post-haste.
You know, I could tell you all about swamp dreamers too if I chewed that much Druidin, eh?
Oh, do hold your prickly tongue.
As you're about to approach the lizard, Sabine cups your chin between thumb and index finger, then guides your eyes to hers.
Listen, I need to have a chat with this here morsel of flesh. He has wronged me once, but may just do right by me this time.
To your surprise, Sabine proceeds to throttle the unsuspecting lizard with one hand as she drives the tip of her needle into his lower belly with the other. Then the questions commence. You hear him yelp about the master, lone wolves, and a man called Griff. Then, quite suddenly, there's blood everywhere as Stingtail falls to the ground, face first into his own intestines. Sabine heaves a sigh of satisfaction, and as she wipes her needle clean, shoots you a cursory look.
Chat's over.
Demon elf, how dare you strike down a dreamer?
Such is my prerogative, Prince. And doubly so, my pleasure. Something on your mind? It's simple. He scarred me, so I scarred him. Extensively.
Yeah, absolutely, that makes sense.
She defies you with devilishly innocent eyes.
Can you blame me?
Yeah,
there it is.
Want to do the
I was
same.
wondering when your spine would make an appearance.
Okay, you don't have to be condescending.
Anyway, what's dead is done, so let's move on, shall we? Despite my high hopes, this scar disfigures me still. The search for the master continues, of course. Hungry work, the hunt. And you know what? I'm feeling a bit peckish.
I could eat.
Stingtail mentioned a cook, as it happens. Fellow named Griff. 2 birds, 1 stone. How about it?
Alright, yeah. And, if I remember correctly, he has, yes, the Pyromancer books that are always nice to have. And we get his stuff. Take his bedroll. I'm sure I can use something with these fish bones. Maybe craft the potion. Not really sure. Never. I'll be honest. I never really did much of the crafting. I mean, I've only got like maybe 4 days in total for the time I've played the game, which, you know, is across multiple saves. Didn't get very far into the second chapter. I'm sorry, not the second chapter, the second act. Nothing over here. Oh, let me go here. Find those spell books. There we are.
Here you are. I wonder what keeps you. Tell me your tale. Start from the beginning. Start from where you come.
Okay, yeah.
I see. Now tell me more. Tell me what you do. Tell me what you find.
See to make amends?
I
Okay.
understand. Now tell me how your story ends.
Find something I've lost.
You want reunion. Life is lonesome. Yes, life is lonesome. The thing you love is gone. I have something for you, my friend. A gift. We can see the things we lose. Not with our eyes,
wow,
but with our
okay.
hearts. This ruby does the trick.
I wonder if there's any truth to that. Like, I mean, maybe not as, like, fantasy-oriented as, you know, say this, but maybe, like, gemstones and stuff like that have that kind of mystical, you know, at least belief behind them. Because it's kind of nice to have something like that you can believe in. I mean, that's the way I see it.
It is nothing. Many fragments swirl on my shore. See what I gather.
Oh, okay, so he also sells... Oh, this is the Geomancer. Okay, I already know that. Poison Dart would probably be nice. I mean, while I'm here, I can sell some stuff. Oh, he's got 20. I can't sell anything to him. He doesn't have any money. Sell these empty cups. Ripped painting. Lid. 7 of those. So this laboratory stuff. And, you know, sell this other painting there. Completely out of money. I should have bought.
I hope you love your bell, my friend. Its chimes help you find what you seek, or help what you seek.
Ooh, 34 gold for a lockpick. It's kind of a lot right now.
The woman looks out on the gently lapping waves. She seems totally at peace, but as you approach, she turns to you with a cheerful smile.
I mean, she's got a nice little spot here on the beach. Maybe needs a little tent or something.
Haven't seen you around here before. New?
Yeah, just arrived.
Well, don't worry too much if you have a hard time settling in. Takes a while to get used to the place.
Oh God, I hate moving.
You here alone?
Yeah, I have my new friends.
She gives you a long look.
You keep them friends of yours close, eh? Some of us haven't got anyone at all anymore.
I mean, yeah, you know, I get that. Good friends are hard to come by, but definitely the ones you have around, it's worth keeping.
Not much in this world someone you love can't make better.
Yeah.
It's nothing. If I haven't learnt that by now, I haven't learnt anything at all.
Is it gonna be rude to ask you know what? I'm gonna ask why she's here
Used
alone.
to be I had a family. A husband and a little boy. We were healers. Source was in our blood. Then they brought us here. I couldn't stop them from taking my boys from me when they did. Reckon they were cured. Maybe even released. Don't know why the Reds didn't take me too.
Jesus.
Now I'm just waiting for him to call my name. Waiting and remembering.
Please tell me
Her
more.
eyes sparkle.
Kind of you to ask. Stefan, he was my little one. Smart as a whip and no less wicked. And my husband, he was called Felix. He was an expert healer. Could fix a broken bone in a short minute.
She talks for some time about birthdays, about Felix's prickly beard, about the skunk Stefan once dragged home for a pet. Joy radiates from her as she remembers. She places a warm hand on your shoulder.
What a gift to think of them. I'd like to give something to you too. A family recipe. One of Felix's best. He'd be happy to know it went to such a warm soul. Take care of yourself. You hear? You're a sweet one.
I'm tearing up a little bit. It's a really heartfelt moment. He's spazzing out a little. Oh.
I found you, didn't I? Red, they said. Red, then dead. Not an attempt, mate. Not if I can bloody help it. Time's up, Your Highness. Let's dance.
Okay, I guess we're getting into a fight.
It's stabbing time.
Oh, please don't. I don't need to be using a restoration spell here at all. And it meant okay. And that's resisted by magical. Yeah, he's like half, so we definitely need that restoration. And use some courage, get that buff.
I'll yield to none.
Don't think, yeah, that wouldn't break, Go ahead and use it on him, give him his armor back. Oh no, it just uses hers. Okay, here's what we do. Go ahead and use Flesh Sacrifice. Sacrifice a little bit of health, get a point. Get that point. Go ahead and use Adrenaline on ourselves. Get us those 4 points. How much is it going to cost to get behind him? We're going to get in the fire, which is okay. We'll use the 1 point to get behind him. Backslash for that extra point, just to get that little bit of extra damage. And we'll hit it with 2 backstab criticals, for that's 15 damage. Which is at least, we're at least gonna, we just barely are our way. Won't use shield up. Don't want to use that to hurt them. It'll actually be kind of worse. I think just have to. Oh fuck. Okay. Fuck it. We just a little bit of extra. Just gonna have to deal with it. think what we do here, go ahead, re-up our armor. Then use Battle Stomp, see if we can't knock him down. There we go. There's blood on the ground. So I think what we do, we have Sabine use it. She gained 1 health. Okay, that wasn't really any use. She using a... Oh, she has a melee weapon. Okay, Go ahead and move her closer. Set decay on him. Move her into range. It's already burning. That's 7 damage. He's close to dying. Oh, and a critical hit. That's very nice to have.
Damn
there we go.
These assassins are. It's their frightful manners I mind the most. Really.
Now let's all go into the ocean so Sabine does not die. Talk to the Red
That
Prince.
was rather fun, wasn't it? I do find it ever so invigorating to cut a cutthroat's throat. Oh, one gets used to this kind of thing so quickly. This is hardly the first time someone's filled some poor fool's purse and bid him kill the prince. I'll tell you what, though. The House of Shadows will have to do a lot better if it seeks to get the better of me. All those bumblers they've sent so far mark a mere insult to my swordsmanship.
Okay, but yeah, so all that fire's gone, so now we can go ahead and loot him, take his stuff. Okay, so he's got some leggings. I'm going to read this. Naren, you have served me well in the past, you will do so again. Use the scroll included with this letter and cast it in the public square at Arx. You'll be arrested for source use and shipped to Fort Joy. Once on the island, you will search for a red-skinned lizard. You will kill him. You will cut the body to pieces. You will ensure no magic in the world can restore him back to life. You have your orders. Your weight in gold awaits you. Good luck and good hunting. Obviously too trusting if you didn't realize, ooh, 50 gold. Very nice. And now you're dead, sir. Believe this heals us? Yeah, so see, like I said, with the bedroll, go ahead and heal us all. But now I can go ahead. I have plenty of buckets. Gonna have to start getting them some armor. Yeah, I mean, these are better all around. I hate that color. God, do I hate that color. Gonna need some new gear, though. Yeah, Red Prince does have that level up. We'll go ahead and take care of him. We're gonna immediately put both of his into strength. Just get him to be our heavy hitter. We need him to do mad damage. Warfare is increased. We're gonna throw it in warfare so we can get those access to those skills for him. And we're actually gonna put Lucky Charm on him So at least while he's walking, he may be able to find some stuff for us. You know, the first thing I want to do, since she's one of our few main hitters. Oh, but I don't want to take that initiative away from her. It's okay. Give her stained shirt with 3. Yeah, both give her some armor. I don't like how this game chose to base one. I mean, why is that the armor that she gets selected with? But no, I wish it was more like Diablo 3's manner, in which it has a look to it, but you could change the cosmetics up. Yeah, as a healer, I think I'll give her the mace. At very least, I give her some more protection. A little more body armor. Okay, there we go. We got a good little setup.
Ha! Coloured like a dog. A very tall, very scaly dog. I'd pity you, but Sceptre the Ineffable has no patience for weakness. I'd like to see you try, meatbag. Shores cut through me like a tidal wave, ready to break over your pathetic cowed head at my command. This power is my birthright, same as yours, but one of us has grown to astounding heights and the other has sunk into depths too humiliating to describe. Pity.
Okay, so stuff does show up there.
But of course, they'll happily dump your maggot-ridden corpse into the sea when they're through with you. Sorcerers dance while magisters pull their strings. Fools all! Their tomfoolery won't save them from the destruction the void shall wreak upon them. Ha! Of course, precious. But which is worse, the cure or the disease?
Ooh. Inquisitive. And probably one of the better companions that we can have, the Beast, which, it's the crab. Is that the crab making that sound? Dreadfully annoying. The Beast, which we already have our 3 companions. Normally, I would not use the Red Prince. I normally take Losa, Sibyl, and Beast. They're like my 3 favorites. But for the time being, we are going to you have until basically the end of the act to change up any of them. You have a little bit of time before the act ends, like a transmission period, but it is definitely best to start early on. At least that's my opinion on that.
Goodness, but this place has made you cranky. Perka, please, excuse us.
You're talking to me, not her, Sam.
Oh, for the love of Lucian, Balladeer. You're acting like a madman.
Say it again. What you said about my wife. Go on. Piss off. Go on, Sam.
Well, it's the truth, and you know it. She's better off. So what if it was messy? I'd rather puke myself to death 1,000 times than let the Reds get to me.
Oh, what the
if she
fuck?
were my wife, I'd be happy for her.
Okay, bro.
A flat smile twitches across Balladier's lips.
She never did like you.
Completely justified.
Bastard.
The man looks for a moment at the corpse at his feet, then turns back toward the nearly finished coffin, bloodied hammer in hand.
Murder's a big word. And no, this here's a bed for someone 1,000 times better than that snake. Rest her soul. The love of my life. Gret. She passed in the night. Something in the stomach. Doctor couldn't help her.
He tenderly runs a hand along the coffin's side panel.
If she were here, she'd tell me this plank is crooked. Chastise me for using warped wood on her final bed. Then she'd laugh and kiss me. Just it.
The man holds a hand to his cheek for a moment. He turns from you, lines up another nail, and hammers it into the panel.
Ah, bro, like, he should have just kept his mouth shut and he'd still most likely be alive. I can't even be mad at the guy for doing that. Like, I mean, that's the guy's wife. Let me do another save. It has been a minute since we, yeah, when we first entered. And, so that's 5:20 an hour ago. Rather not lose that progress.
Easy, eh?
Bugger off. Yeah. You know, I think we'll go ahead and call it there. We've been doing this for a couple hours now, I believe. Let's see. Since about 3:16 this morning, so yeah, a good little 3-hour thing going. Probably have another one coming up later tonight. So definitely was fun. So we'll see where it goes.